It's always so interesting to me that the people that claim to be the most tolerant online are the most intolerant. They will attack you, belittle you, and try to cancel you if you have opinions that they personally disagree with. And over the past couple of days, the Wonderfilled founder has had public meltdowns on X about Trump supporters, game designs, and race, and saying in the future there will be no white people. But now he has nuked his social media after facing major backlash. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I'm not gonna get into like his whole entire history, but he has actually worked on iconic projects and with companies like Nintendo, Electronic Arts, Warner Brothers. He's touched shoulders with people like Gary Gygax, right? Someone very influential. And so now that he's basically gone on social media and absolutely tanked his reputation, I don't think that there's a way he could ever get back to kind of the heights that he was once at, but he felt so strongly about going on social media and calling people NZs and disgusting individuals that now he's killed any hope that he had for the future. And really, this just boils down to sales. He has not been getting sales. He hasn't been getting the notoriety he once had. And he has been so bothered by the fact that he has made everybody hate him over the past couple of years that this was his, I guess, kind of last hurrah in the space, because he was involved with new TSR from a few years ago, where basically he ruined his image with the left. And now he's also ruined his image with the right, or really just anybody who is normal would not be interested in supporting this guy, and he's gone off the deep end. So what began as a controversial series of statements about race and national identity in the tabletop RPG Giant Lands has now escalated into a full-scale public meltdown by the game's creator, Wonderfield's founder, a man credited online as Steven Deinhardt. He took to X with an angry, politically charged diatribe in which he attacked his own fan base, blamed political opponents, and claimed that once again, in the future, there will be no white people. The individuals online who claim that they are the most tolerant always end up being the least tolerant, because he's said things like this over the past couple of days. You'll just be bred out of existence. We're not like you. We'll just eliminate your seed from this earth. An absolutely disgusting thing to say. He has since deleted the social media. Actually, he tried to rebrand his social media to where his username was "you a bitch," and then he deleted it. Seems that someone's going through a mental breakdown right now, but his comments came in the wake of earlier backlash after Wonderfield declared that the world of Giant Lands is set in a future where the USA and white people don't exist. That statement, already highly controversial, was made worse by the claim that the late James M. Ward, who passed away in March 2024, had supported the premise. This is always the fucking worst thing that you could possibly do, is when somebody dies, you go and you say, well, I knew this person, so I can represent their statements, and this is what they would have wanted. This is how they would have felt. You go on to say things about people who have passed away who can no longer defend themselves or their statements, and you're using them as a prop in your marketing strategy. That's terrible, in my opinion. But in multiple posts, he described all Trump supporters as Trumpsies, and in his video, which of course is now deleted, the founder accused the original TSR publisher of Dungeons & Dragons of becoming a magnet for them. He had said that basically just about TSR in general, also the newer TSR that kind of popped up a few years ago with Justin Lanassa. He basically went against like Wizards of the Coast and modern day like tabletop companies such as WotC, and that kind of caused a stir in the tabletop scene. It's a very like long, drawn out discussion. I can't really cover it in a video, or we'd be here forever. But basically, they just were not pushing the same, we'll say, woke ideology that Wizards of the Coast was, and so In the tabletop space, which is where has become highly like political over the past couple of years because of how Wizards of the Coast has turned everything gay, they definitely stood out. They made a lot of enemies in the space. And then you have people like this who were involved with like new TSR and I guess just can't accept the fact that their own ilk, the left, never forgives or forgets because he was involved with new TSR. So that means that there were people affiliated with like Wizards of the Coast or on the side of Wizards of the Coast who would not forgive him. And then now he's pushed away anybody that's on the right. And so he's just made it so everybody on all sides is attacking him and hates him. And it just seems that he couldn't take the heat anymore. He claimed his personal heritage as a Hispanic and Native American made him a target for hate and said he never intended his work to appeal to conservatives or traditional RPG fans. I always think that this is funny when they say that, oh, I was made a target for hate, even though the reason why people dislike you now is because of your own words and your own actions, not because of your culture or the color of your skin or your gender or your sexuality. People don't like you because you're a piece of fucking trash. That's why people don't like you. These bigots who thought giant lands and Wonderfilled are for them when in effect isn't. My business has been in ruin for 2 years now. I don't think I've sold a game, and that's all right. I don't want to sell to these people. This right here is why he was melting down on social media, because nobody was supporting him. Nobody was buying his products. And this is just what happens when you go and you say, like, white people are the scum of the earth, and that you want to, in this case, again, let me directly quote him, that he thinks that white people will be bred out of existence because we're not like you. We'll just eliminate your seed from the earth. He goes around and calls people NZs when he makes statements like this. There's a reason why nobody likes you. And of course, people on social media were absolutely wrecking him for all of these statements. Oh, this is something else that he said. He asked ChatGPT to give him the answer of how do we tell neo-NZs to properly F off? Yikes. Video's funny because he's complaining how he's selling 0 copies. He's on the second stage of grief. Anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance are coming next. I love how he posted this is what the late Jim Ward wanted without a single solitary shred of evidence. Oh yeah, when somebody's passed away, these individuals feel like they don't need evidence because there's nobody to defend themselves, which is disgusting. Ran into Jim at conventions, interacted with him on social media. Nope, not a single hint or iota. This guy's brain has shorted out. And yes, I mean, now, as you can see, the wonder-filled social media no longer exists. He had actually changed it, like very briefly, to have the name or like title of his account as "You a Bitch," but then he decided to erase it and delete it, which is probably for the best. Like, if this is the size meltdown you're having at this point, you're probably not in a sane enough place to post on social media. So I'll be keeping my eye on this, but this is one of the largest woke meltdowns I have seen in a hell of a long time. I mean, he went absolutely scorched earth, freaking out, total mental breakdown on social media. But hey, at least the mask is finally off and you know who you shouldn't monetarily support. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.